Welcome back to Valhalla VW. Today we're going to fit a split charge relay system in the VWT4. So I managed to get a second-hand split charge relay system. I say second-hand, but it hasn't actually been fitted. It's from a company called Van Life. It looks like a good bit of kit, so I'll drop a link below. If you want to buy one, then you can. So what do we get in the box? We get 140 amp 12 volt split charge relay like this, approximately 16 foot of cable with good quality connectors, earth lead, all necessary fixings, cable clips, 4 flat fuses. That's 2 for the kit and 2 spares. You also get a detailed diagram. So the leisure battery in the van is in this little box down here. We've got a fuse box there, and that's more than adequate. All we run is LED lights up here, LED lights down there, and charging for mobile phones, laptops, etc. just there. Let's get it fitted. So at the business end here we're going to have a leisure battery. So I'm going to place the relay somewhere close to that. This is the vehicle battery. So we need to get cables from here through into where the leisure battery is via the bulkhead. So as luck would have it, I've got a handy little hole there which is almost perfect. So what I'm thinking is running the cable up underneath here and along there and back to the battery. To enable access and make it a bit easier, if we remove that, we can now see obviously all the electrics in there, and there we go. So we can now bring that down underneath the mat, run it through the side of the door well. I've removed the panel and you can see we now have access into the back of the battery compartment through there. First job, to remove the footwell. So the cable is through the bulkhead, round behind the fuse box, comes down over the top of the wheel arch, and then ignore this, this is the next project. Oh, and this is another project. The cable then runs through the channel up and into where the battery will be. Underneath the bonnet you can see it comes through the bulkhead there, and we've still got plenty of cable. So the cable is now up behind the wiper motor. It goes through and across. It'll all be cable tied up, and we've got plenty of spare. There we go, first part complete. Next part is to install the relay. It's worth just mentioning this kit, you have to cut the sides out to allow for the cables to come in. They are, as you can see there, they are designated little cutout points, but those little cutouts are far too small for obviously the size of the cable. So what I've done is I've just opened up, you know, 2 of them together, which it doesn't make any difference. It's all going to be inside the van, and it just allows me easier access for the cables. So let's get it fixed. So the relay's all wired up. As you can see, it has instructions inside there to show you where, you know, which side you should connect each battery. So I mean, it's fairly straightforward, but any problems, give us a shout. And there you go. Now the back cover slots on there. So as usual, the positioning changed. So I was going to mount it down here next to the fuse box, however it fitted better up here. So we've got a nice cable run through there, and then we've got a nice, no sharp kinks or anything on any of the cables. Okay, So the wiring and everything is in place. Next job is we're going to put the battery in, just to make sure that everything connects up all right. And then what we need to do is create an earth for the lead from the leisure battery down to the bodywork. Now for the ground wire, we're going to use the seat base mounting point, because there's a bolt there which goes through obviously into the bodywork. So what we'll do is we'll give it a good clean up, and we should be okay to use that as the ground. You'll need a 15mm socket and drive. Take the base nut off, and it makes a perfect place actually for the neutral, for the for the earth. So as you can see, we've got the cable is attached in there and comes round and is now ready to be connected up onto there. Right, let's get it connected. While I'm getting it all sorted out and connected, I've left the flat fuses out. So on the live side, there's no connection at the minute, but the neutral or the ground side is all connected up. So let's get under the bonnet. So everything is connected. We've managed the cables to keep them all nice and tidy. Our connections from our fuse box are now onto the which will be the leisure battery. As you can see, we've got power and we're running the battery. I've let it go down a bit just so we can see whether it does charge. We're running at about 9.910 volts. So under the bonnet it's going to be fairly straightforward because we've only got the live to connect. So I'm going to just attach the fuse holder to the bulkhead with a self-tapping screw, which I haven't actually got, so that'll be getting done later on. But let's get the live side connected up and then we can start it up. So this is the fuse carrier underneath the bonnet. As you can see, I'm just going to attach that to the bulkhead, and then obviously that wire there will connect to the positive side on the vehicle battery. So as you can see, we've put the flat fuse in there. They're rated to 80 amps, and we've connected to the battery there. And I'll just take it around the back, because in here obviously we've now connected this one and placed the flat fuse in there as well. So all we need to do now is close the fuse covers. Both covers closed. Check all our connections. Looking good. Looking good here. Moment of truth. Let's get it started. Let's see what power we're getting from the battery, and let's make sure that it switches over and charges our leisure battery. So that's our vehicle battery there, showing 12.8, which is fine. So what we'll do now is we'll start it up, and just obviously that should increase off the alternator. So as you can see, with the alternator attached, that's gone up to 13.6, 13.7 and rising. So that's all good. And when we come round the back, we can now see that that battery is now receiving 14.2. So that's being directly charged now off the alternator. Mission accomplished. So there we go. Split charge relay system is fitted. It's all working. We've now got the luxury of, when we're out and about, we know that the leisure battery is going to be charging, and we'll have on tap electricity for us. We only have very simple electrics anyway, just a light and a diesel heater, which is coming next. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you have a go and you get stuck, just let us know. We're here to help. If you decide you want one fitting, obviously, again, let us know in the comments, and we'll arrange to get you booked in. And yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.